this episode is going to be a bit emotional for me because the artist I'll be talking about, you already know, I'll be talking about Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The reason why I said this is going to be a bit emotional is because my introduction into Afrobeat and into Fela's music, was through my dad. May God rest his soul. And this was one of those moments when I knew that me and my dad had this, father and son connection or father and son bond, right? Because growing up, I didn't really see much of my dad, not because of anything, but he was always at work and, he was always on transfer, Calabar today, Port Harcourt tomorrow, so he wasn't really around except from when I was on holidays. But there was this particular holiday when we went over to meet him in Abuja, and he had just bought one of his cars. I think was it the Nissan Bluebird or the Toyota Camry? No, I think it was the Nissan Bluebird that he just bought that time. And this was around 1999, 2000. Yeah, I think 2000 because I was in GSS1 at that time. But anyway, so we went on this road trip, yeah, and my dad had bought some couple of CDs. So we got back home and he played that Fela music, right? And that was the first time I was introduced into Fela's music. And the first song that he played is that song titled Zombie, oh zombie, zombie, oh zombie. Zombie no go unless you tell him to go, zombie. Zombie no go die unless you tell him to die, zombie. Tell him to go kill. There was this special moment that I had with my dad listening to that song, and I really do hope I don't cry right now. May God bless his soul, because this is one of those moments that I remember and I miss the man so much, and I wish he was still here. But like I said, God bless his soul. So while that song was playing, I remember my dad had this conversation like, "Oh, yo, look, you're in a place where there are military forces," because my dad used to work at Nigerian Port Authority, and you know how policemen and military men used to be on guard, and we at times used to go to work together because I was already there was something I was doing, right? So he would tell me, "Do not sing this song outside the house," and I was like, "Daddy, why won't I?" And he said, "Oh, because the song was literally is like a direct insult to the soldiers, right? That all they do is listening to order. They don't question the order. It is yes sir, go sir. It is yes sir, yes sir. That's what it is, and that is what the song was talking about. So I shouldn't sing it outside, especially where I see a military man, because I could be arrested, right?" So I was like, okay, fine. And that was the first introduction I had into Fela's music. And after then, that CD, which is called Best of Fela 1999, that was the name of the CD, right? I kept playing that CD and I kept listening to the CD over and over again. When my dad goes to work, I play the CD. And that was when I discovered that one song that made me a fan of Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Make you no go anywhere, just wait there, make I tell you something. Fela, you don't come again, I never come again, I still live a far away. Make you wait till I reach where I dey go. Where you dey go, make I reach where you dey go. Don't ask me where you dey go, wait and see where you dey go. Make I reach where you dey go. Don't ask me. Yes, I'm talking about that song titled Unknown Soldier by Fela Anikulapo Kuti. That one song that made me a stan and a fan of Fela Anikulapo Kuti. After listening to that song, I had to stop the CD because I was so much touched about what Fela had said in that song. In my mind, I feel like, how can one man have gone through everything he said in that song, right? And given what my dad had explained to me about Zombie, now that song now made more sense. Like, wow, this guy don't really suffer. Like, yeah, he don't say shaggy. You understand? Him, his whole family. That song, Unknown Soldier, was the song where he spoke about how, his mother was killed. Where he said, "Then kill my mama, then kill my mama, then throw my mama out of the window. 78 years old mama, political mama." He spoke, and there was a part in that song where he was actually, saying that, "Then kill my mama, then kill my mama," and you could hear him literally crying when he was saying that line. Like, I could literally, and that that really, really touched my soul. That hooked my emotion. Like, damn, that was so bad. By the way, many of you will know his mother. And for those of you that don't know, his mother is Oluwafumilaro Kuti. Yeah, that is the name of the mother. I remember that back then in primary school, they used to tell us the first Nigerian woman that drove a car was, Fela's mother, Fumilaro Kuti, right? And then hearing that song and seeing how the woman died and how, it was so emotional, like, honestly speaking. And another funny thing, let me tell you guys another funny thing about that song. There was one day I was listening to that song and I was in my earpiece and I was singing, it got to that part, they key my baba. I didn't know my mom was behind me, and that's how she just gave me a big smack at the back of my head, like, what your mother did they kill? I'm still alive, African mothers, right? But yes, that's one song that made me a stan of Fela Anikulapo Kuti, and that is where I'm going to end today's episode on the Chacha PodMas series on the Chacha Music Review Podcast. My name is always Afistonova, your musical blog, the creator of the Energy Force. Keep your energy, keep it 100, and keep it positive. Peace out.